My name is Wilban Wamanya. I represent a company called Flip Consultants. And at Flip Consultants, we're in the space of tax advisor and tax consultants. Flip Consultant came into existence in 2017. We serve small, medium taxpayers and even large taxpayers in some cases. We are being retained by large and small taxpayers to manage their tax issues. And also, in most cases, we're being licensed by URA to do the work of tax agents for a job since 2018 up to now. So we are ready to do business in Uganda to advise customers. Our main goal as a business that drives us every day is to be a one-stop center for all our tax solutions or tax solutions in the region. We offer very many services in our business, but we want to see why do you need a tax advisor in a business. So the first service we provide is tax registration services. We want to know if you come to a business like Flip Consultants, offer you a service of tax registration. We try to advise you on which tax rate is the income so that we can register you on the right tax, other than registering a taxpayer who is maybe earning employment income has been registered on business income, or who's earning rental income is registered on employment income or property income. So we try by all means take you through to understand your income you earn, and make sure you're registered for the right tax and put in the right details in the system of URA. So after registering you properly, we also need to ask you, why do you go ahead to do training? Why do we provide training as tax advisors? We understand that we run a very complicated tax regime in Uganda. Our tax laws are very complicated for a layman or for a small business owner to understand. So we take you through to explain to you the different tax laws that apply to the nature of business you do, so that by the time you start trading, you are fully trained and educated. And you say information is power. If you have information about the tax you're supposed to pay, then it gives you courage, it gives you mandate to move forward and run the business efficiently and earn profits and grow the business. Then we go ahead and provide what you call tax planning. Why do you give tax planning? Why do you give tax planning as advisors? Planning is one of the most important roles of a manager. So as a business owner, as a CEO, you need to plan. So as you plan, taxes take more than 30% of your business income. In Uganda, we have 30% income tax rate. So we try by all means to plan with you the different taxes you're supposed to pay, starting from income taxes, you go to direct taxes, indirect taxes, employment taxes, and other taxes, maybe like local service tax, which has to be planned for, and you know how much do I pay, how do I pay it, how do I integrate it in my plans and budgets for the year. That's a most important tool that most business owners don't use, and that's why they should start coming for us to sit with them and plan, that they can minimize the taxes they pay to government and they pay the right taxes in time. Then another service we offer as a business is tax compliance. So the question is, why do you comply? Over time, we have seen most URA coming up with different regimes to ensure that taxpayers can comply. They have come up with e-freeze, which is one of the recent tools they have come up to monitor the tax compliance in terms of VAT. They have come up with a SCUDA to ensure that maybe when you're importing items into the country, you can log into it. And all those particular different modules are linked to each other. So we teach people, or we go with customers to help them to comply, file their returns in time, find the right information in time, and ensure they minimize the penalties they should pay, the interest they should pay, and they can be able to get services from maybe like a tax rate certificate. They can be recognized by URA as best taxpayers, and they can be recognized by their customers, by their suppliers as a legit and professional business. Then another service we offer, which most people don't do, is what you call a tax health check. We don't do those checks as taxpayers, and most cases we wait for URA to come and check and find you on the wrong side of the law. So what we do, the tax health checks, we try on means to come and meet customers, taxpayers, and go through their books of accounts, go through their returns to ensure that what they have submitted to URA, what they have submitted to different tax authorities are matching as what the law says. That in an event that something is not matching, then we'll be proactive enough to go and meet that URA, we'll go to NSSF or go to somewhere else and make sure that we get to be proactive, talk to them and say, we made a mistake here, we need to correct it, and we're allowed to amend and correct those particular mistakes in time after we've detected those particular errors using tax health checks, and will minimize the risk that could come to the taxpayer or that could bring maybe the financial of the taxpayer when an audit takes place. Then there's what you call now tax ledger reconciliation. This is a new tool that URA has tried to put in on their web portal for every taxpayer to know the balances since 2009 when they started the e-tax system. So the balances, most of them are too huge for customers to understand. So we've been able to work with these customers through line by line, by all means. If there's an error done by URA, we make sure we engage URA to correct this particular error. If it was made by customer, we correct that particular error, so that customers can have the right balances in URA, which will enable them to transact with URA properly. They can get clearances in time, they can get recognized by URA, and they will not be disturbed by URA, and even they may not be audited by URA because they are seen to be complying taxpayer. That's tax ledger reconciliation. And then what we call tax advisory in general. Tax advisory, now we do tax advisory for most taxpayers who want to minimize the tax rate. They come to us before even they do the transaction, and they seek for advice and professional advice on how this particular transaction taxed. What do I need to do to ensure I have right things in order so they don't pay taxes wrongly, so they don't miss paying taxes. And then we sit with them, advise one by one, so they can be able to minimize the taxes to pay to the revenue authorities wrongly. So we do advise them line by line, starting from the time you enter into a transaction. We advise the documents you're supposed to keep. So those are most important reasons why a taxpayer needs a tax advisor, for them to keep afloat, for them to keep doing business properly and grow and achieve their goals. What do we need from you, leaders of BNI, business owners here listening to me? What do we need? We need customers or clients from the diaspora, people who are intending to do business in Uganda. Can they come and we seek advice, consult us for anything related to taxes? Please come to consultants. We shall be able to serve you, and we shall be able to deliver to you the reliable tax solution that we talk about, and be able to appreciate our values.